hello everybody. Welcome, welcome. Oh, it's been a long day, but that's not gonna stop us, cause Godot is not gonna learn itself, you know? How's everybody doing? Yo, Lodon, welcome to the stream, my man. I think I'm gonna keep the music playing a little bit in the background. Cause today we're not gonna watch any videos, at least not that much, because we're gonna be doing our own thing. How are you guys doing? How are your projects coming along? I wanted to check one thing if I could. I think I'm gonna disappear for a second, just a sec. Whoa, I'm back. Let me just see if I can, because I don't hear the alerts from the Steam thing, from the Streamlabs thing, but I think I can make it work. Here. Audio monitoring, that's probably it, right? Monitor and output. I think that should work. We'll see when somebody follows, or subs, or joins, or rings the bell, or whatever. But yeah, so I've been... You broke it! Like, did it crash, or what do you mean you broke it? Haven't heard that in a while. So I've been working a little bit on my first game, let's say, off stream. I was thinking about... It crashes when you edit your project. Fuck. How about if you start a new one? Does it crash then as well? I was thinking the whole time, you know, the biggest problem is like if I want to make a new game, not the biggest problem, but one of the problems is that I just don't have any art that I could make my game look somewhat nice. I could use some free assets on the internet, of course. But since I'm a technical drawer, a CAD designer, I thought that it would be cool to use all that knowledge to make a game. Because we've been learning, we've been using this tutorial and we're making a top-down game anyway, and I've been staring at, you know, ground plans and construction plans my whole professional career, so I thought it would be a cool thing to combine the two. Other projects are fine. Fuck, man. Oh, and guys, do you all use like GitHub to update versions or have something? I don't even know how that works, but it seems like I think even Godot has some version thing, right? I think I saw that. Version control. Create version control metadata, version control settings. Plugin? Okay. Yeah, I think everybody that starts coding starts using GitHub just to update different versions of their programs and projects, so they don't, you know, if something breaks. V3 is in beta. Beta? Well, I have 1.4.1.3. Do you have to look for updates, or does it update automatically? So, anyway, I thought it would be cool to make, first of all, you don't see it, but I named my game wrong because I don't know how to spell CADastrophe, as it would seem. But, I can show you how far I've gotten so far. You don't see the debug, of course. There we go. So, you can move with the WSD, that's the walking speed, and I have a little skew animation that plays when you're walking, just so it feels a little bit better. Then you can sprint with the shift, and underneath you can see I started working on the stamina system. I actually want it to be a progress bar, which it is at the moment, but just I think I have to make it a texture progress bar and just add the different. When it reaches 0, it has a little timer of 3 seconds where it stays at 0 and then it starts filling up, and you can use it again when it reaches 100%. So I can sprint right now, and then it starts refilling, and when it reaches 100 I can sprint again. Then if you hold the right mouse button, you go into the aim mode, like this. This is your aiming speed, you're even slower now. So we have 3 speeds, we have the walking speed, aiming speed, and running. But yeah, this stamina thing needs to be a lot more, really feels. And yeah, so that's it for now. The other thing that I've made was a tile map, which I had a huge amount of problems with, because all this is drawn in actual CAD software. So it's vectors, and when you turn it into a PNG and in actual pixels, where do you put a pixel for an infinitely thin line? You know? And it took me so fucking long to figure that out. I even made like there's a pixel calculator. I think that's what I used in the end. So I had to be, okay, if I have, you know, I don't know, if I want to have a 256 grid of pixels, and I print that with 100 dpi, then it's actually 65.02 millimeters in CAD, and that's how I actually managed to. And of course, if you have an infinitely thin line in a vector program, which pixel does it get plotted on? And so I figured it out. If you have this as your printing space, then of course the border of that space is going to be plotted on the first pixel to the right, and if you have the same above, it's going to be printed on the first pixel line on below. So that was a pain in the ass to figure out, but I think I got it now, and I have a good template in my program. I use Libre CAD because it's a very rudimentary, just free version of a normal CAD program. So you don't see it now because everything is transparent, but those are the outside walls, those are all the doors. Then I have the windows as well. I did still have to do the collision and occlusion collisions for that, or boxes. Libre stuff is nothing, man. You should see programs I'm using. Let me show you. I'm pretty sure you've heard of Revit and like CATIA. MicroStation maybe not. But yeah, this is the type of stuff you can do in those types of programs. Libre is cool because it's free, but everything else, But yeah, we've been working in 3D for the most part for the past like 10 years. I've been only working in 3D, so this is all just Revit is basically the new standard. This here. But yeah, this is where I want to make my game. So you move on the on the blueprints, right? That should be. There's gonna be a lot of objects that I need to make, you know, like furniture and stuff to comprise the rooms out of. And I think doors are gonna be a pain in the ass, like they always say. Every game dev says doors are a big pain in the ass. So the problem with this project now, and where I left it, is we don't have a global node yet. So I have a lot of like variables that are being created inside of the player, which could probably be offloaded into the global. I didn't comment all this sprint stuff I did yesterday. I should probably do that as well. And another thing, if you look at the game, which I think looks really nice, is where the camera focuses when you're aiming, and that's like 1/3 between the camera and the player. So the camera is right at the third of the distance between the player and the camera, which I stole from Darkwood. So actually I'm gonna boot it up just to show the game a little bit, because I really like the feel of that game. Do I have some? I need to add a new. Let's do this real quick on the fly. Game capture. There we go. It is totally the wrong resolution. Why? Stretch screen. Go. That should be fine. Yeah. And I need to add audio. Wait, do I already have a? Oh, I already have a. I forgot. Yeah, let's remove this from this scene. I haven't done gaming in a while. Here we go. And you should have the game audio now as well. Let me just check. There we go. Should be able to hear some creepy music. This is one of the probably the best games, definitely one top 5 games I've ever played. It's amazing. I highly recommend it to you guys if you haven't played it. Nice. Okay, load on. You got it. Gonna have to redo some stuff, but it is what it is. So actually that camera 1/3 thing I stole from this game. I'm pretty sure it's not 1/3, it's probably actually something more like a golden ratio or something. Actually see golden ratio. Because it's probably very 1.6. No, that's it. But this game has a very deliberate and slow movement speed because it's a horror game, right? So, but if you do kind of notice, maybe not now because I'm inside. Let me just see. We just pick up the wardrobe. And I think this is ray casting, right? Used for your vision. Because you can only see in a cone in front of you. But finally, if you get outside, you can kind of tell that the camera tries to be in between the mouse and the player. And it kind of seemed that it's 1/3 away. So I tried to copy that. And now I see that the camera has maybe one step of dead zone. Mine has a little bit more. And also it has a cool smoothing of the direction where you're going. It's not instant, which I don't know how to do. Where your character actually takes time to follow. It has some numbness or some lag to the movement. He has his own turning speed. But okay, that's it. And I also wanted to see, I just installed Hotline Miami. Because I wanted to see how all that functions in a much snappier action game. So let me just resolution. English. Updated. Original. I don't know what version I played originally, to be honest. This now. There we go. The game does not look good on my screen. It does not look right. Can I change? Nope. Resolution is all fucked. Let's try this again. Probably shouldn't be outside of the game when I start it. Oh no, now everything is fucked even more. I really like the music. The soundtrack of this game is amazing. Because I think in Hotline Miami, he's very, very snappy. The main guy. It looks right on stream, but it does not look right. I'm gonna skip this. Yeah, so he turns instantly. I cannot play this on my screen. What? I was not paying attention to what said, but yeah, the movement is very, very snappy. I don't think there's no lag at all compared to Darkwood. So this does seem kind of... Yeah, the only difference is that in both games the mouse look is always active, while in my game it's just active when you aim. But okay. I'm gonna check Hotline Miami later because I don't know what's wrong with the resolution. Okay, let's put our chill playlist on. That's my voting playlist. Up, 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 up. There we go. Okay, so I think the first thing that I want to try and do is separate this a couple of things from here into a global node, because I want to start working on the stamina bar, which is going to be UI, and those need to talk to each other. So let's make a new scene. Hello? No? Just shook the screen and lowered all my other windows. Such a weird functionality that even exists. I always forget that that's a thing. Okay. Oh, globals can only be a script. I don't need a scene for it, right? Does it have to sit somewhere? Yeah, let's make a scene. It's gonna be so global. Save this into scenes. I guess. Let's add a script. Let's make it empty. Actually, we're probably gonna use that eventually. So max player speed, sprint speed, aiming speed. Friction. Aha, there is a friction. There is like a lag when you start walking and you stop. Is there? Was there? Did I break that? Let me just check. Yes, I did break that. There was one when you were stopping, but not when you were... else... Oh, did I move the lerp? Where's the lerp? I actually kind of like that. There's the lerp. So if you're moving to the animation, apply the speed. This should probably be plus delta, times delta. Haven't used it yet. And apply the angle. Or else lerp. Why is that not working anymore? Ah, it does if you hold shift. Why the fuck would that be the case? No, just keep going. Why the fuck you just keep going? Hmm. Oh no, yeah, it applies the friction, but only only if you hold shift. Huh. This is definitely part of this if statement. So if you're not moving, apply this lerp. And just print velocity to see what's going on. So it's 1,000. That's so weird. How the fuck did I break that? I wasn't even changing that. I just removed a bunch of stuff from here. But I didn't touch else, I think. Okay, let's code all this, and let's write to do here. Fix acceleration friction. Okay, let's not worry about that right now. That should at least be the case after the sprinting, that it takes a little bit of time to stop. That's fine. Increase speed if sprinting and stamina not depleted and player is moving. Sprinting true. Stamina -1. Change the animation speed. Increase the animation speed, and we increase the movement speed. Player sprinting is false. Yeah, we return everything to previous. And if the stamina is below max stamina, and sprint stamina is equals +1. If stamina is 0, can sprint is false, and we omit a signal. If stamina is depleted, and sprint signal to level. And then in level, we set up a timer. In this case, the timer is set for 3 seconds. And then if Player stamina is below max stamina. Stamina plus 1. Player stamina equals max stamina. Can sprint equals true. Okay, that all works fine. Actually, I'm really surprised how I implemented that, because I was having trouble like for 2 days, and then I just figured, oh yeah, I have to use a signal. I cannot do that inside of the player. And then everything just magically worked. Okay, I think we can start implementing weapons now. Aha, global. Fuck. Let's not get off track. So let's see. I don't actually use the exported variables at all. I always change them in code. I don't know if that's... I'm just not used to that. Let's change this to 12, although it doesn't work. So I saw a trick here how to get an oscillating pattern. This is like the formula for it. It's a sine with time and current animation speed and things like that, and you can change the amplitude and the frequency of the oscillation, and that's what I use here for the sprite skew. Get the animation, you know, just a little whoop 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 whoop, little wobble, and then it's faster if I sprint. So it's basically just tied to the current. Yeah, it's just always the current animation speed just takes the speed of the player, and I kind of nudged it with this 1702 to get the right oscillation that feels right. It's almost like he's taking steps. Eventually there's gonna need to be, you know, proper animations for it, but we're not there yet. Okay, let me just copy all of this to global, and then I'll see what makes sense to use on that. So max player speed, I think makes sense. Sprint speed, aiming speed. It's just half of the player normal speed. This shouldn't be the max speed. This should be called something else. Walking speed, normal speed. Normal player speed. We shouldn't have time here. Max stamina. Can sprint. Maybe all those on ready for the stamina should be on the player, because I use them here anyway. And animations shouldn't be. Let's leave that here. Animation, time, and everything else we did put on global, right? Yep. Is global dot normal player speed. Aha, I didn't preload it, so we should go to auto load, node path, scenes, global, add. There we go. Global dot player direction times global dot normal player speed. Global dot friction. Player direction is not on global. Player direction is here. Yes. So now the problem is, I don't know if this is all going to work because... No, it should. I think it should. Okay, this seems all the same. I fucked up. Player direction is not global. There we go. Walk in. Oh! Can. Aha, now in the mouse shit isn't working as well. So this is no longer... This is global. They're sprinting. Yeah? There we go. Hey! Guys, how's the audio mix? Can you hear the music, but it's not too loud, I hope. Okay, everything seems to be working the way it was. I really want to get the stamina bar to work. I think I'm gonna keep it below the player. I really like UIs where you don't have to look on the borders of your screen for any info. Have everything either near your cursor or the player. It kind of makes the most sense. Wait, why was stamina stuck on 99? What? Huh. That's weird. Is it when it's depleted and it goes back up? And then I use it again? Huh. Yeah, but I think that's just like a... something not nice happening with the frame rate. Because I'm not using delta in any of this. Which I think I'm gonna fix later. Okay, let's try... now that we have the global, let's see if we can do something with the mouse. Aiming is true. Visibility is false. Wait, why is aiming here true? I can just... Do I have to say what a variable is? I don't. So if right mouse button is pressed when player isn't sprinting, then aiming is true. Position is get global mouse position. It's visible. Yeah, okay. This aiming variable could be a global. Is there a logic to it? Why should the game know? Is there anybody else that's gonna need to know? Yeah, a lot of things are gonna need to know if I'm aiming or not, I think. So bar aiming and then global that aiming equals true. Otherwise it's not true. See, do I need to change something here now? I check for aiming somewhere here. Should be fine. Nope. Aha, mouse aiming. Yeah, now it makes more sense because I'm not calling... Global. Global. Because I'm not referring to nodes anymore. I'm referring to the global, which I think is an overall better. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I think we can start implementing weapons next, which is really gonna be hard for me. So I'm gonna steal a lot of code from the tutorial, I think. Hey, Mini Smith, welcome to the stream, man. How's it going? Are you a Godot noob just like me, or are you an experienced game dev? And what you're working on right now, if you are. In both cases, what you're working on. Okay, this seems a little bit cleaner now that we have the global. Aha, I wanted to see what do we have on UI? Yeah, see, this is messy. It's just starting to reference a lot of nodes. It's better if we talk to the... We just talk to the global. Yeah, I think UI should have a not as least amount of code as possible and just show stuff, right? So I think the position of the stamina bar can stay where the text is. I don't mind that at all. Might kind of get in the way if you're aiming downwards. And the text is really hurting my eyes to read, but we're gonna hide the text and just keep the progress bar. So I think for that, I'm just gonna do a little gimpy. Gimp. Let me just share another window capture. This is going to be GIMP. That name is already in use. Huh, I have it somewhere. Oh, I have it here. Oh, it's already on screen. Okay, never mind, people. Move along. Move along, people. Okay. let's do a new canvas. And this is gonna be pretty small, right? So our character is... How big is our character? It's actually a region of this sprite. Oh, that's another thing. You don't see this now, fuck. So I have this, I clipped this sprite, let me show you. Where do I have it? Sprites. Open. Join file manager. There we go. So I actually downloaded. Okay, let's see how can I do this. I can share my web browser and then I can go to CADastrophe and then I can copy this print screen, do it here. So this is a couple of sprites that I used, and I used them from... I downloaded a huge block library of CAD blocks. So where was this? Dining tables, beds, car top, dining tables, furniture, kitchen furniture, living furniture. Where's the people, man? Test project block libraries. It should be here. Ah, people from above. There we go. LibreCAD. Just a sec, guys. I'm gonna copy paste that right here. Just give me a second. People from above. So if you look at this, oh, it's... Does this take ages to open? No, it's fine. Yeah. So, if you look at this, this is like the huge library I found, or like a file of blocks. And now it looks like shit because it's scaled down, but oh, this could actually be used like a hostage thing. I just saw it now, but oh, this almost looks like a person with a gun. That's probably not what they had. It's a person showing something. Oh, this is like a person putting a hand up, probably. But there's a lot of things I can use here. Not necessarily animations, but this is like, you know, oh, I'm using something, I'm opening something. And this almost look like he's holding a gun. So I think this is all gonna come real handy. And of course, there's a bunch of like, look at just at the beds. Let me show you the beds. This is insane. Okay, some of the things are broken. I think LibreCAD cannot handle some of the complex etching in some of those blocks. I can't zoom out anymore. But you know, you have a side view, top view, a lot of different shit. So this is gonna make, you know, the asset generation, let's put it that way, a lot easier for this concept that I have. And I think those all those libraries are free to use, especially not in their original, you know, architectural context. If you use them for something else, I don't think they're gonna mind. But yeah, so if I do a tile map to make houses and levels, and if I use this, the only thing that I'm probably gonna need to do is draw in between sprites for the animations, right? And I already have an idea how I'm gonna do it. I might do a YouTube video on that later. I plan to do a YouTube video on this as well, just like finding the time to do all this with a regular job, with a regular 9 to 5 and a relationship, and trying to learn Godot and trying to edit videos for YouTube. That's like so yeah, YouTube videos are the last thing on my mind right now, are the last of my priorities, but I think this is pretty cool because there's a lot of assets and things that you can do with this, you know, and have that. I have this basically those blocks for every conceivable type of room in a living environment, you know, for a house. So I have toilets. I have, what else do I have? Close all. Yeah, I have like kitchen furniture, plumbing, trees as well, dining tables, cushioned furniture, cars, dining tables. So yeah, and I can find more if it's needed. But anyway, where was I? Aha, doing a gimpy gimp real quick. File, new. Aha, I wanted to see how big the player was. That's where we were. So this is 128 wide, so let's do it 128. So if the players is 128, let's see, half of that is the thickness. Let's do height of 64. A bit longer than a player, maybe 300. Let's do it so it's still dividable by 8. I don't know why, but... Aha, you don't see anything right now. Nice. 256 plus 64, 320. Let's do 320. 320 pixels. Okay. So, I'm really not good at this. I use it for just like the basic of basics. I did my YouTube thumbnails and stuff in it. So let's delete all this. Or wait, let's copy the layer. I'll delete this one. And now we just have the opacity. So now we just need a so if you do something like this and then invert selection, and then say we want what color? I think the best thing is to do is white and then just change it in the code, right? We can always modulate the color later. Okay, let's export this as stamina bar frame. Projects, so CADastrophe, project, resources. Let's create a new folder and call this bars. And let's save it here. Okay. I think that's done, and then we can delete all that. Just undo, and then can use the bucket and just fill it, right? Yeah. And then this is gonna be our progress. Export. Stamina bar frame, stamina bar value. Right? Right. There we go. Okay. Discard changes, don't save, nobody cares. Now if we go back in Godot, I go back into my UI and I change this type of bar to a texture progress bar. And then I go here to texture. Nope. Theme. Fuck, where was that? Where you plug in all the textures? Ah, textures. There we go. Under, over, progress. The bar's background. We don't need that. But we can use the over for the frame. And progress. There we go. Didn't. There we go. We can change the color here. Just as I thought. And then progress, we can maybe do a... Yeah, it's... Stamina is usually blue, right? And I think this code should already work. Let's see. Haha, we have a bar! Haha! Woohoo! Oh my god, this is incredible. Oh, it should oscillate when... It should flash when it... Can we do that with the code I stole for the animation from the player? Can we get sign? And then modulate. What would that be? The alpha channel, the opacity, right? So it would flash. Let's try that. Fuck it. Okay. Progress bar. That should be a new function. I know we don't have it just yet. So this is going to be the... So if... so now that's global, right? Global. No, that's not global. Oh, we can actually do it in the global signal thing. No. What does get the signal? Where's the signal? Ah, level. Now we have global and level. On stamina depletion. Function get sign. So we need this variable time. in the level, sorry. And then we call it here. In the level, so we call in the level UI dot modulate dot a, right? Get sign. Here in delta, time plus equals delta, so it keeps ticking. And then we're gonna do something like this. So let's see. So now if it depletes, oh! Okay, that almost works. That almost works. Aha, we shouldn't do it after the timer. We should do it before the timer, so it starts depleting or so it starts flashing immediately. There we go. And we should set this to 0, right? 0 or 1? 0 is not visible. I think this is not gonna be right. Yeah. So is it 1 or 255? 255, right? Is the max? There we go. Nice. Okay, this is... Oh my god, I can't believe I just pulled that out of my ass. I cannot believe I just pulled this whole code out of my ass.
I'm going to do something no one ever did for me. I'm going to give you the benefit of my experience. Do you understand, mister? What you got the other night was just as far as you...
RGB, red, green, blue. Can we do the R? So it flashes red and not on and off. No, that doesn't do anything. Let's actually look. So if we go to the stamina bar. Wait, here it's called stamina bar. I think it's okay. Aha, this changes the whole UIs. Multiplies the color of the bar's texture over texture. The effect is similar to canvas item modulate, except only affects this specific texture instead of the entire node. Mm-hmm. That's what I thought. Texture over with type float. Yeah, it needs. I need more info. Okay, over. Hmm. Let's see what the documentation says. Texture. Bleh. Close it. Texture over. Hmm. I mean, dot A is for the alpha channel. Why is dot R not for? Ah, maybe it does oscillate, but it's just no, it doesn't. It gives me an error. Dot A, does that even work? Ah, okay, it doesn't. Let's do relate. Maybe it needs to be UI stamina bar. Target that. Oh, yeah, there we go. Texture over. Can we get more specific? Nope. Modulate. Red, green, blue. Let's try with B. There's a lot of blue on this. Oh yeah, okay. It turned into red, into green. So A makes it go on and off. Yep. Actually, this, I can live with this. Maybe play around with the timing a little bit. With the blinking, but I can live with this for now. Oh, and it should only be visible when you start sprinting. UI. If if player stamina equals max stamina and player net, that's global. Global equals not sprinting, then visible equals false. Not sprinting is not here. Ah, player sprinting. Ah, still visible. Hmm. Oh no, this is that set and get type thing, right? Where as long as when something changes we can start doing things. I totally forgot how that works. Let's actually refresh ourselves.
Statement, if the type is equal to
I was watching this
health,
before we started.
then I want to get globals, update the health amount, and let's say increase it by an amount of 10. Now this is already going to work. For example, after this line of code, we could print globals and health. And also, just to test this, I want to once again call 60 UI. And with our current tools, there would be no easy way of doing that. Basically, what we would have to do, from inside of the item, we would have to go to the player, and then from the player, we would have to emit a signal, and then inside of the level, we would have to add another function inside of onPlayer update stats to make all of this work. And once again, this is not an efficient way of working. Instead, I want to do all of this inside of globals. Specifically, as soon as the health changes, I want to run a function. And to make that work, Godot has an extra functionality. What I want to do is I want to add a colon after the 60. Once I have that, I can basically add two functions inside of this variable. The first one, you just need the name, would be called get. And in there, I am just going to add pass for now, but we are going to add something else in there in just a second. Besides there, you can add a set, and this one needs a parameter called value. Also in there for now, I simply want to add pass. What this is going to do, it is going to influence how you're working with this variable. Get determines what happens when you're reading this variable. And just to demonstrate, right now, inside of the item, when the player is colliding, we are updating the value of health and we are printing it, which means we are writing on the value and we are reading the value. And both of those are set with get and set. If you are trying to read a value, so for example using the print statement, you would trigger the get function, and if you're trying to update the value, you would trigger the set function. If we are trying to get the value, I simply want to print health value was red. Then I can duplicate all of this, and instead of setting a value, we can write the health value was changed. And now, if I run the game again, we're going to get some really strange behavior. If I get the item, we are getting an error. That we have nil and int operator with plus, and this is happening down there. For now, let me simply comment out this part so I can demonstrate what's happening. Now, if I collide with it, we get health value was red and null. That is because when we are currently trying to print globals.health, we are triggering this get method, which is printing health method was red. On top of that, this get method is always returning a value. And if we don't specify that value, it is going to be null. And this is what we printed on the second time via this print statement. Most of the time, print doesn't actually do anything complicated. Instead, what you would do is you return the value itself of the variable. That way, when you try to print it, let me demonstrate this actually, you are simply getting 60, which means inside of the item, we are trying to access globals.health. So globals.health is looking at the variable, it sees a get function, and it returns whatever this function returns. Currently, the value of the variable itself. Set works somewhat in the same way. Although for this one, we want to update the variable. Which means in this case, to get this variable to work normally, we want to get health and then set it to the value we are getting. Set is looking for a way to update this health. And the value we are getting is any kind of change that could happen. For example, inside of item, if we are updating globals.health by increasing it by 10, then the resulting value is going to be the value of this parameter, which means if I print the value, run all of this again, we are getting 70 twice.
Shouldn't the value be 10 and then...
Because this value is the result of this operation. And we are printing that, and we are setting it as the value for health, which means we are updating this variable. The best way to think about setGet is that we are simply attaching two functions to a variable. One is triggered when we are getting the value, the other is triggered when we are setting the value. That's
okay. So I think I can set a set value for the stamina and have it so that the progress bar always shows up when there's changes to the stamina value, right? So I think stamina is not in global, it's in player. So let's do this, and then let's do set. Let's say stamina here is the max stamina, so this goes away. Set. Save. I don't think that's gonna work with value. I don't know. I don't understand how this works yet. Let me see. So if stamina is changed, then that should be here in the globals. Yeah, let's move this to the globals. I don't like it here. Can sprint and his aiming should be here, I think. Should be ready. Var. This is passes, then now everything okay? Yes, it is okay. So here we should say that here we should say that the globals is not used in the scene. Yeah, fuck. Yeah. Yeah, globals is not in the scene, so it should only be... I mean, it's preloaded, so it's always in the scene, is it not? But yeah, it's not currently, so we can call things from it, but not direct other nodes. Okay, but then this should work. Stamina bar dot visible equals true. And otherwise it should not be seen. I don't think this progress bar script does anything because it extends progress bar. Aha. Yeah, I don't think it. Delete. Okay, let's see how much we broke things. Nice. Aha, max stamina is on the player, isn't it? Yeah. Aha, it should be now on ready. There we go. Indent that. Remove pass. There we go. What did I fuck up with max stamina now? Print stamina, but let's just do it how it was before and comment this up and say just stamina. Stamina. I think that's how it was before, and let's go this out, right? Fuck. Invalid max stamina. I just broke the connection or something? Hmm. Let's do this again. I don't know if I broke the connections when I changed the type node. I don't know what's wrong here. Invalid get index max stamina on base character body. Max stamina is 100. Stamina is max stamina when we start. Oh, there we go. Oh no, where did the progress bar doesn't show up now. Can we? Why doesn't the progress bar show up now? Aha, visibility is false. If player stamina equals max stamina. Aha. Equals false. Right? But I don't think this isn't needed if this is gonna work the set. But I don't think the set is working. I don't think the set is gonna work. Right. Yeah, I do not get how this set thing works, but that's fine. This should work now, right? I should have a... Fuck. What the fuck is wrong with max stamina now? Uh-huh. There we go. Yeah. We just lost the stamina bar. Which I don't know why. Let's see. Okay, this to-do is actually done. Aha. There we go. We hit it on the ready function, which is actually what I did want. Aha, but then we've hit it again. So if we hide it, but we say here, oh, was that what I did wrong? No, I set it to true here. Okay, so let's see. If I say player stamina is not max stamina and player sprinting is true, then it should be visible. It actually should be visible when it's empty as well, but let's see. Okay, everything still works. Oh! Where the fuck did it go? Aha! I think it's oscillating the opacity or the alpha channel or whatever it's called. And then if it stops in that click right on the... I should set it here at the end. Ah, it did. Aha, I didn't. It's not the same modulate. It's the modulate of the... Yeah, I think this should fix it. There we go. So it modulates till the timeout. So I think the problem is that the oscillation is not in... It's not the same in seconds, right? No, it is time. Should just use full numbers and I think it should be fine, right? Should be the same every time. I actually like that it goes a little bit dimmer. Hmm. Okay. Maybe use 20, not 25. Not there. So it's not gonna be there every time now? I think that's right for the math. Oh no, it's here. Fuck. So it's either 50-50 now, right? Hmm. But it's functional. I'm constantly having to make compromises because it's just so fucked. Ah! That's why it would be easier to oscillate the color and not the opacity. Because if the color is not consistent, that's not... I mean, it is big of a deal, but it's not that big of a deal. Aha, wait, I can maybe do... Stamina pause. Let's see if I can do this. Stamina pause is 3, and this is in seconds already. Time plus delta is already also in seconds, right? Let's see if I print time. It should just be seconds, right? 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Ah, but it's a float. If I make it an integer, should that work? Yeah, if you can do that every time, please. Yeah, it's either on or off. So it's 60 seconds. No, not 60 seconds. What am I talking about? So it should be stamina pause times how many times I want it to blink, I think. 1, and let's say this is times, I want to blink it 3 times per second. Or, yeah. Probably play with this formula a bit. This, I think with this, if I play around with this, it should be manageable to make it so. Oh! Yeah, the problem is time is ticking even if I'm not calling the function, right? I should use something that starts when the function starts. When the function gets called. Can I put a function inside a function? So what I think it's happening is that the clock keeps on ticking into the future, and then depending on the time that I hit it, which can be, although I did, aha, time is still a float. Oh, maybe let's just do that. Maybe if we change time from a float to an integer. Let's print time now, which we should get full seconds now instead of like milliseconds. Why isn't he printing anything? Aha, time is 0. What? Let's not print stamina. Time is 0. Print delta. Aha, because delta is very, very small, it needs to be a float. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, now it's sticking. Okay. Maybe I just need to turn time from a float into an integer. Let's see. Turning a float into an integer. Godot. Cast the float value to an integer value. This method simply removes the number of fractions. So, for example, int 7 will be equal to 2. Aha, int. Okay. So if I use int time, can you print time now? Oh yeah, it's still. This was like 60 before, 25 or something, 20. 20. Yeah, I don't think the integer for the time works. Or just I need a crazy huge number or what? No, I don't get it. One, two. Yeah. It should work. It's just getting seconds now. What did I have here before? Started changing. Hold it. Okay, at least now it's fucking not consistent. I was just gonna say. I should probably abandon this whole oscillate thing from sine on and do it like I could have done it in animation player already like 100 times. Should probably just do that and trigger an animation and be done with it. But this was kind of interesting to play around with. And you live and you learn, you know? Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. So sine works great for this types of constant kind of animations that don't actually need to be timed or started at a particular thing, because I think how this works is just basically just a sine wave, and one of these two numbers changes the frequency, so how often the waves go, and the other changes the amplitude of how big the waves get. So I guess, or, you know, something like that, and then, you know, this time, right? So I think the problem now is because I clipped time to be an integer and not a float, it doesn't actually have this. So it has, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's why it doesn't have a smooth transition anymore. It's just, or no, it's not right. 1, yeah, 2, 3, and 4. So that's why it doesn't even flash or go like this. It's just instantly out. So yeah, that's why that doesn't work, and that's why it's also not consistent, because basically the time keeps going, and this can start. I can start this at any point, right? So I can start this when it's totally transparent. Then maybe after 3 seconds it gets to here. So this like wavelength and frequency and the time of the timeout, or the, you know, the stamina depletion is not in sync, and it can never be, because you can start it from anywhere, right? So how would we actually fix that? The only thing that I can think of is defining time here in this function, and then maybe time will start ticking only when this get sign gets triggered. Let me try this. Delta doesn't exist. So plus. Let's say plus 0.16, right? I don't think it's gonna be able to print time if it gets... it is. Okay, see. So the time is not started yet. It exists, and it's printing it in process, but it's not ticking. So now... Fuck yeah! There we go! And now time has stopped as well. Okay. So yeah, the thing is, it takes... So now it takes him like an uneven number of seconds to do this. So now we just change the amplitude. This is actually doable, but it's not delta. But you get my point, so I actually understood all this, so I think I explained this correctly. Because if you look at the scene formula... I think what we're doing is it's constantly changing with time. We are oscillating a triangle, right? So it's either smaller or bigger. That's how you get the... the waves time. It's by picking this, right? Something like that. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Okay. I actually kind of understand all this, although I don't know now how to make this work, but I might play with this off stream. Okay. Guys and gals, I'm gonna take a break for 5 minutes and we're gonna be right back. Until then, we can take a trip down memory lane and watch some of my older stuff. See ya. I played it yesterday. I can't say
smuggler and occasional pirate is having a rough time. A brutal gang of thugs called Scrappers are spreading across our turf in the outskirts, stealing everything in sight. They have even been known to kidnap the locals. Their presence
yeah,
has drawn
that's the biggest
unwanted
problem.
attention from the
You
Royal
get
Space Force. In short, they are bad for business.
crowded with games. You get
Low on water,
so many games to
have
play
boarded a scrapper ship,
each month
waiting
that
to
you
relieve them of
can't
their
possibly
ill-gotten
get through.
cargo. And of course, it all went according
But-
to plan.
I like it because I can make quick looks like this and show people games. Okay, the problem is they're not the newest possible games, but I can make videos off of them and I can kind of see something that interests me, that I might play or may not. And I have so many games I want to check out from before, like in a half year or last year window that are probably gonna come in the Humble Monthly. So yeah, I'm really bummed. Like I bought up 2. I could totally waited. I could have waited this like 2 or 3 months. Blast. This didn't go according to plan. What a positively macabre place. This game can maybe be up your alley because it's side-scrolling like this, but it's turn-based as well. Yeah, fellas, you're right. Right, better get up there and help out. Yeah, see? It's turn-based. Move the cursor to the target. Confirm movement, okay? And turn. Whole cowboy down here. Ain't I lucky? And if I help myself to some of your water? Yeah, that was a big deal in SteamWorld Dig as well. Everything, because all the robots are steam powered, you needed water for every ability you had. So it was a cool game. If you like exploring resource management and upgrading stuff, it's a cool little game that doesn't wear out its welcome. It's contained, it's small, it's really cool. If you can get it cheap under like around 3 or 5 euros, you should definitely check it out. Yeah, what's cool, you actually target. Okay, total damage. And you can ricochet bullets like this. So we're gonna try and... Pshoo! Oh, that was nice. kind of strange that it doesn't let you move freely if there are no enemies around. But I guess there's a lot of enemies everywhere. But I can cover behind that shut-up barrel. Aha, sprint. Okay, that's a double action. I'll be able to fire after a sprint like that. Same old, same old. That's a pretty... Better amp my gun so I can take the turret out with one shot. I want to trust another go covering behind this thing, okay? How do I select ability? Aha, okay. Power shot. Okay. Okay, so it does move a lot quicker when you don't have enemies, or? Yeah, I really like the design of this game. Oh, my controller just died. We'll see if that keeps happening. I have to change the batteries. Got strapped and hauled off. I'm the only one left. Oh man. See you, Vlad. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks a lot. Dang, we need to get out here before we end up in some scrap heap. Aye, Captain. Okay. So, have a cooldown on that other ability. It's kind of strange that you target with the D-pad. Oh, I'm playing this other guy as well. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna get a... this guy doesn't have a laser. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm gonna charge this shot. Yeah, it's kind of strange that you use your... Man. Aha, A is with fire, yeah. I wanna keep firing with the right trigger, not with... Aha, cover has health as well, okay. Yeah, the problem is this guy doesn't have a aiming laser. Oh, that was too high, man. Yeah, I'm not... It doesn't seem I'm able to do anything from up here. And I think there's no reloading. Okay. Aha, okay, every platform has health as well. Okay. Oh man, I can shoot him from here. Nice. Ha, okay. There's a way out. Let's steal one of their escape pods. Dude, sweet. Okay. Let's get out with our guys first. Yeah, the controls are a little bit strange, I must say. This is gonna take some time getting used to. Bam. He almost shot himself. I don't know if that's even possible. Would be cool. Oh wow, there's a hat on the floor. Is that an item I can pick up? Sure looks like it. If this game has loot as well, that's gonna be sweet. Yeah, I'm really digging this already. So I can shoot this guy's hat off. Maybe. Yeah, I totally picked something up. This game came out on the Vita as well, and having a game like this on a portable would be really, really cool. That sounds great. But yeah, Vita is, man, that's a pretty dead system. Swag collected. They call it swag. That's terrible. Just a second, I should change the name I'm playing in all the on all the sites. That will just take a second. Just so Twitch doesn't start ad while I'm doing this. Steamrolled Heist. Yeah. Okay. Done there. Yeah, it's kind of strange having to think about 3 different places for streaming, but what you gonna do? I think that's not a bad idea for you people can watch wherever you like. Wherever is your service of choice. And I can reach more people, so it's a win-win. Just a second. Okay, so not Oculus anymore. Oh man, Steamrolled Heist got out in 2015. That's a long time already. Beam live stream. Up. Okay, we're back. It's kind of serendipitous. Is that a word? Is that a word I'm looking for? That this video came on for Steamrolled Heist because Steamrolled Heist 2 just got announced recently. I'm kind of looking forward to it. It was a cool game. Okay, so where did we left off? So the stamina bar is kind of working. I don't know why that doesn't start depleting immediately when it fills up. Gonna get some free stamina going on. That's probably just because of the delta thing. Let's leave it at that. But I think starting implementing weapons is gonna be a big undertaking, so we won't start that now. But what I do want to do is separate those sprites and have an aiming sprite that shows up when you're aiming. Let me just stop printing. I should print stamina again, and I should stop printing time. So let me just see, why doesn't the stamina deplete immediately when you get back? Yeah, it kind of stuck at 99 for a while. If I time everything by delta, it's gonna fuck up the timing and I'm gonna have to play with the numbers again. I'm gonna do that off stream. But for now, let's go back to GIMP. Let's open up my player tiles. I think the easiest way would be just to crop this and change the... And just save them separately and then change the sprites. Because now I'm using a... Now I'm using a area, a region. And I'm kind of thinking that's gonna be messy to change in code. So, can I see the crop? Oh, I do. So let's do... Can I do 88 by 88? There we go. Yeah. I'm gonna export that as layer standing. There we go. And then we're gonna go back and export this. Mm, 176. Like that. So this is double the size of the or length of the previous one, and this is gonna be player aiming. There we go. Discard all the changes, we don't need this anymore. And now we go into the player scene. Player scene. Sprite 2D. Let's rename this to player standing. And then we just turn it off and turn the other on. That doesn't seem very... Oh no, I can do up change type, animated sprite 2D. There we go. Then we have the animation here, right? No. Animation, sprite frames, new sprite frames. Animation, default, frame 01. There we go. And we put in the player aiming and player standing animation. Up. I did a little transform on it. Fuck. 1.5? Was it 1.5? This is not working now because it's changed the name, which is kind of bad. this still works. How big is the player compared to the door? A little small, right? But this is good. I think it could stay this way. Maybe the wall is then a little bit too thick. Almost the same width as the player. That ain't right. Okay. Aha, I could have removed the background as well. I'll do that later. So now basically the only thing we change is the frame from 1 to... Can I move the frame now without... Fuck. So we have to change the position for 62 pixels as well, which is not ideal. I should have done that in Game Maker in GIMP. 62 pixels, but then we can change it back. I think that's gonna feel weird because it's not gonna be centered, right? No, it is gonna be centered, but what's... Aha, this is the center of the sprite. That shouldn't matter. Frame progress. Display the animation frames index. Setting this property also resets frame progress. If this is not desired, you set frame and progress. Set frame. Can we just do set frame? Let's try it. So if we go to player, we're gonna need this for changing the animation for the other sprite now as well. Aha, no! Yeah, wait, I totally messed that up. That should not be called player standing, this should just be called player sprites. And then for sprinting, let's see where we change the animation speed. We are gonna go and say player sprites dot set frame and progress to 1. And if that's not the case, set to 0, right? Let's see. Well, we call to function set frame in progress in base animated sprite to the expected 2 arguments. Aha, frame initial. Integer, not initial. And progress, I think should be 0, right? And here also 0. We don't want it to go through time, we just wanted to change it. Let's see. The progress value between 0 and 1 until the current frame transitions to the next frame. If the animation is playing backwards, the value transitions from 1 to 0. Frame progress. Ah, just frame. Non-existent function frame. Something like this then. Oh! Huh. I do not get what progress is. I have not progressed. Okay, this actually does change the frame. No, it doesn't. What? No, this changes the frame. Yeah. So if I toggle this, this changes the frame. Okay, cool. But aha, this is the sprint. Ah, fuck. This is the sprint function and the aim function. We have to do it here. So wait, before I do that, does this work for the sprint then? So it should so if sprinting is triggered, it should move to 1, otherwise it should be 0. There we go. Ha! There we go. Okay, cool. So this does work, it just needs to be in the right function. Okay, so we do this, but we do it So this should be the normal animation. So we should put it in the animation. Here. And then this should be here in the aiming, where aiming gets triggered. Blah, blah, blah. There we go. I think that's fine. That should work now. Okay, have sprinting, and then aiming. Up. Oh, fuck yeah. Nice. So the only thing we need to do now is move. It's such a pain in the ass to move the sprite. Oh wait, there's probably an offset in the animation 3D, right? In the should be here somewhere. Copy frame, paste frame, insert empty, move frame left. Sprite frames, resource, offset. That is a shame if that's not inside the offset. There we go. 62 pixels? Nope. 38. 36. There we go. Fuck. That's not frame specific. Let's try and Google this because I'm suspecting that there needs to be a way. Because what if you have an animation that doesn't have the same, or you have to think about it and always do the animation in a grid? How to offset specific animation frames in animation sprite node Godot. Why do I see two screens now? What? Uh-huh. Specific animation only. What's the name of this node? Right? Animated sprite today. Hello everyone, I'm curious if there's a way to offset a certain animation. I currently have an island run animation, but the run animation is a bit bigger than the idle. Ah yeah, if I did this in the animation player, that would not be a problem at all. At all. Yeah, I can do it as a sprite as a animation. Well, I hope you were at least lurking. No, you weren't. It's fine. It's fine, man. But we did implement a stamina system and a bar for it, and now I'm trying to do the changing sprites for different modes of movement. Okay, so let's change this type into a animation layer. And then how the fuck did this work? So new animation is gonna be called player aiming. We're gonna add a track, and it's gonna be is that a property of the player? Aha, no. Oh, no, we don't have any sprites at all. Let's leave this like that and have these two sprites loaded in. Let's put this back and let's add an animation layer. And then let's have this be player aiming. Let's add a property track of the player sprites actually. And let's do it as a frame. And let's change the frame. So what's new with the Arc? I saw some trailers recently. Are they pumping new shit out or DLCs, or I haven't played that game in a long time. So when you press this is actually V1. Yeah. Asa has come out. Is that a free update or DLC, and what is it about? I have no I had so such poor experience with Arc and performance that it's insane. Although I did play it almost entirely before it even came out in 1.0. Although, no, I did, because they kind of rushed it out. They sold, like, the DLC. It was a clusterfuck, if you ask me. They did that very poorly. Okay, then we're gonna add a track, property, and again, player sprites. And it's gonna to be the offset, and we're gonna insert frame, and we're gonna offset for 36. Oh no, not the X, the Y. 36. Why isn't anything happening? Oh no. There we go. Ark Survival Ascended. Basically, they made a UE5 remake and charged extra for it. Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna be supporting those devs. And I think, yeah, that game is probably very, very fun with a lot of friends, or making friends and having a huge, you know, guild and playing on a PvP server and all that bullshit, but I played it with maybe one friend, and like taming one decent crocodile took us like 17 hours babysitting him and feeding him shit. So I don't know, that game is much cooler on paper than it is like this. So I think I have the animation now. So let's see. How do I trigger animations again? We're gonna delete all this sprite talk. So let's see. If we are aiming, you should play, right? Player aiming. Okay, the sprite seems to be centered at least. Okay, now I should make a player walking animation, right? And just reverse everything back. Player aiming, animation new. Player walking. Should add a property track for the player sprites and select the frame, add a key, and this should be nada. And then I should add frame, property, player sprite, offset, okie dokie, insert key, and that should be 0. And save. And now I should put maybe else here. Else player walking. I've got 1,000 on Arc Regional, but it sucks your soul, to be honest. Yeah, look! Oh my god, I got the hang of this shit! I got the hang of the basics. So look, we have a stamina bar now. And it starts to oscillate when it's empty. And then whoop, fills up back up. The only problem is, this is an oscillate function. So this So this alpha channel that oscillates isn't the same every time. See, now it's totally gone. But yeah, it kind of works. Oh, now we're aiming. Oh, this is so cool. Okay, now I can actually build on this pretty easily. I can I can use all my other animations or other sprites that I showed you. Do I have that here? Yes. So maybe what I can do is actually flip this in the animation screen vertically, horizontally. So it's like boop, 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 boop. So it's he's walking, and then this I can have for standing, and we can have a little rudimentary animation system going on. So this type of thing we can have if he's holding a gun. So this would be the stride, I guess, for walking, and maybe this would be the stride for running or sprinting. Have to look everything I have here. But yeah. Oh, I can have a slide as well. Or a jump, like in GTA 2, you know? It's a top-down game, but you do have a jump. Okay, I'm kind of getting a feeling that I'm getting more and more comfortable, like writing code. It's not that bad. The only thing that I had a real problem with before figuring all this sprint shit out is now I finally understand why you need to have, like we did in the tutorial, have a level node that gets signals and then reports back, because you cannot do everything inside of one node. For the biggest problem is if you run everything at runtime, right? If it's in the process function and you say something and you want something to happen but not every frame, you want to trigger something that happens but it doesn't happen every frame, you can't do that. So that's why you need to go outside of the node and tell it to a higher power, like a level node, a game OS or something playing in the background that sends a signal to it, and then it runs a certain type of code or triggers a function. And now I'm kind of starting to get that. And I think this is gonna start getting really complicated when we start introducing weapons, especially if I want to do a modular system where I can pick up different types of weapons with different rates of fire, different types of things. Eddie! Ah! Oh, you haven't coded with me for a long time. Hi! How you doing? How you doing? Huh? Ruby, it's going good! What? What? Say hi to chat. Say hi. Wanna say something? Don't slobber the mic. Ugh. You get your slobber all over the pop screen. Huh? Hi. We should put dogs in the game too. No, probably not. What's going on right now? My dog got in my lap. So, I've been talking for the past 10 minutes. What's going on right now, man? Jeez. The only thing that looks kind of silly right now is this skewing that's going on the sprite, because the sprite is long, so it looks like roop, roop. But eventually we're gonna separate all that with actual animation, so I'm not worried about that. But yeah. You're still in your ARC days? No, it's fine, man. Yeah. I was just talking how I got pretty comfortable writing code. The only thing that's gonna be pretty interesting is to see how things get more and more complicated as we go on, you know, because this was all just changing basic variables and if statements and using a couple of signals. And I noticed I had a lot of trouble 2 days ago when I started with the stamina thing. And then what I did was start a totally new project, just made a Godot icon move, and then I was like, okay, let's do it now here with all the blank where I don't have to, you know, integrate it in the rest of the code. So I was like, let's try and understand this first. And then I understood why I have to use signals. That's what I was talking about. But okay, we got basics of animation now as well. I can play around with that because I do have a lot of sprites. I don't know if you saw, but this is what I showed. So, you know, we can have different, maybe like a stride for walking and just flip the horizontal. So it walks like, at least that. This could be like holding a gun, aiming a gun maybe. And then, you know, maybe have a jump or things like that, like in GTA 2. Maybe a slide. This is a woman sitting down, but it does kind of look like she's sliding. Or this. But yeah. Or this, like boxing. But yeah, we'll see. I'm liking how, you know, I can just sit down and start working on shit, and eventually, with time, things just start to show up. The only thing I don't know how is how I broke this velocity. I know how. I know how, because I already did it before. I broke it by overwriting it somewhere else. Let's see. Hey, Captain Fubar. Welcome to the stream. Who's Kenny? Let's check. Kenny. Top-down shooter. Ah, here we go. Kenny.nl. Ooh. Oh, this is very nice. It's almost like a... What's that simpler Lego type? Play-Doh? Play... something? How's it going, Captain? Are you a Godot expert game dev, or are you a noob starting out like me? Yeah, the only point is, because I'm a technical drawer by trade, I kind of wanted to do my own graphics and have it be like, you know, walking in... an architectural plans. So that was kind of my idea, right? And you can see kind of how it's shaping up. Just need to work on the tile set a bit more, which was a pain in the ass because it's vector graphics being turned into pixels, so it took a while, but I'm really starting to feel it. It's great that I can sit down and work and actually have something to show for it. Before I was, you know, I think this line of code took me and chat. I think Chocolate, you helped me. Like, we needed 2 hours for this previously on the skydiving game. So I'm kind of proud that I can just, you know, write shit now and it just stays. So it actually, a lot of the things from the tutorial stayed in my mind, just like calling animations right now and doing all that with the animation player. I never use it. No, actually CAD software, because, you know, I already worked on like AutoCAD and things like that. I'm actually using LibreCAD here on this project because it's totally free and it's on my private PC, because on my work PC Yeah, because I want it, in the end, I want it to look like this. Right? In the end, I want it to look something like this. Maybe not on the blue background, but you get my drift. I want it to actually look like an architectural blueprint. So this is how my top-down game is gonna. That's why it's called CADastrophe, right? Because you're gonna go through buildings like this and wreak havoc. Basically, imagine a game if Hotline Miami and AutoCAD had a baby. That's kind of like what what I'm planning to do right now. And what's also really cool, you already have a ton of free libraries, right, for all the CAD putting down. So here's like beds. I have also like furniture, kitchen furniture, all stuff like that. So if I do all this is just like PNGs that have a transparent background and then you put it on. Yes, characters also on the outlines. Yep. The thing that I want to make it, that I was thinking to make it pop is have lighting, really like comic, cartoonish lighting that's really stark. It would be a hatch, right? Just like a pixelated, like pointed hatch, almost like gravel in normal architectural plans. Aha, you think the players? Yeah, you can change that with like, you know, hatching or things like that. But this the only thing why I was thinking I would like to do this is because then I can do my own art, because I'm very familiar with CAD stuff, you know. I've been doing it for like 20 years or more. So I was starting. So if you look at this little building I made here, those are just outside walls, windows and doors, right? Aha, and it would be in color. It wouldn't be like it's printed. It wouldn't be black and white like here when it's printed, because you're inside the program, so to say, you know. So actually different layers would be in different colors. So I think that would, and I can play around with the thickness of the lines as well. But yeah. So this little building I actually made with my own tile set, which I was playing around with. It's kind of hard to tell here now because everything is transparent and it's just lines, but probably YouTube compression and Twitch compression is gonna kill this. But if you look real closely, you can see the tile set. Yeah, windows, doors. Yeah, I was just playing around with it because this is basically my first big project, or not big project, but first code I'm writing on my own. I had a skydive game as well that I was playing around with just while I was listening to the tutorial. Oh yeah, you're right. This was just this like having this donut style was how it was done in the tutorial, and I just did that. I didn't think about it, but yeah, you could totally just do H and V flip for this too. And the problem is the hatch is not actually in the right scale, so I don't think that actually works and scales properly. Or does it? Yeah, no, it doesn't. So I need to rework that too. Yeah, chocolate, no worries. And this has been the bane of my existence. This one pixel here. And that's because when you transfer vector to PNG, you have to be very careful of like where the actual pixels are. I think I fixed most of it. Yeah, here. Yeah, it needs some work still. Can I do that? Can I offset individual tiles? I haven't found a way to do that. Yeah? Oh.
When you've lived out there as long as I have, then you can talk.
Tile set. Select.
The more you know, the more you need to know.
I did. I think I did.
It takes.
That's setup. Select. Tab. Aha, sorry. Yeah. Ooh. Atlas coordinates? No. Okay. What now? Aha. Under rendering. Texture. Origin. Oh my god! Oh, that's fantastic! Oh, thank you so much! That fixes everything! Oh my god, I don't have to be... Wait, let's see, does that work for the window there as well? Oh my god, that's amazing! Thank you so much. Can you babysit me in my streams? Can you be in chat all the time? Oh my god, that fixes all the problems I had with the fucking... Oh, you don't understand. For a week, I had problems of like figuring out, okay, if this is 2.5 millimeters in the CAD software on the vector graphic, how many pixels is it? Where does it get printed and everything? Oh my god. Oh, that's amazing. Wait, am I changing now? Is that not the... this one? So actually, what I was thinking would be cool is to have a menu, and you can change... Yeah, this is just 1 pixel now. This is just 1 pixel thick. I wanted to make, you know how in different games you would have different filters to show like a Game Boy Color style game or a Game Boy, or different pixel graphics would just have different themes. So I was thinking of doing a white background and then just modulating it in code and having like, oh, this is an AutoCAD background, oh, this is a CATIA background or a layout and stuff, and you would have different colors depending on what program you choose. That's kind of like the idea, because not all of the programs have exactly the same, and depending on the theme, of course. But it would be something dark. It's normally grayer bluish, something almost like this color behind me right now this year, something like that. And then the lines really pop, so I don't think that's gonna be a problem. But you are right, the lines are really thin, but that's how it is. And yeah, I don't know how this will translate. I can change the thickness of the colors of the lines. Yeah, the hatch should not be the same line weight as the wall. You got that right. But yeah, oh my god, this changes everything for the tile maps now. That's amazing. Such a shame that he didn't cover that in the tutorial. But I mean, this is a very specific problem, like 1 pixel. 1 pixel hides this one. So 1. Ah, this is actually CAD 0. Okay, amazing. That's so great that actually will work. So I can use this and just say -1. Oh, 1. Nice. Oh my god, you don't understand me, don't understand how much work you saved me now. Thank you so much. I don't know why I didn't try and Google that before, but I think I did try and didn't find anything. But wait, I think I do have it somewhere. So yeah, this is how it looks. Wait, let me. This is a PNG as well. Where do I have it? Outer walls. Yeah, I have inner walls already as well, so they're gonna be smaller and thinner and on a smaller grid. Double as half of the resolution of the bigger ones, so I can get more detail. Let's see what I have. Yeah. But so far this is I'm really glad how I just sat down tired as fuck today, and everything I've been able to do today actually works. We got the stamina bar. Stamina is working. We got the animation for the aiming. Or not the animation, sprite change. Yeah, this is cool. Okay. Oh. Captain Fubar, I would really appreciate if you followed and, you know, looked if I see you around here. I think you already did, right? This isn't your first day here. I'm really oh, thank you very much for the follow. I think you were here already. Fubar, I remember that. Yeah, although I did just Google Fubar 2000 a couple of days ago for the music player, but yeah. Well, okay. I think we're gonna call it here. This was a really productive 3 hours, at least for me. Normally, an unexperienced programmer will probably do this in like 27 minutes. Yes, I think that as well. It's amazing to me that nobody came to the idea, because I'm not that of a creative person. At least I don't think I didn't practice that muscle my whole life, right? I was in engineering the whole time. But like, it just makes sense for me to combine like a blueprint of a house and a top-down game, you know? Like, it's there. The graphics are already there. Like, how did nobody came up with this idea? But yeah, it's just a thing that I'm gonna practice doing, right? And it's what's cool about this is like I can use my own graphics and I can practice doing tile sets, doing animations, and write, you know, all that stuff, because I'm very comfortable with it, and I'm not comfortable with like freehand drawing and things like that. So yeah, people, thank you very much for joining in and watching me. I was gonna say struggle, but I actually didn't struggle that much as I thought I was gonna with what I implemented today. But thank you very much for joining. Also, let me just link the Discord if you want to keep in touch, which would be nice. We have events. I have streams put down as events, so if you follow, you can always know when I'm online. Why isn't it working? There we go. And yeah, stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, and maybe some surprise streams in the meantime. Thanks everybody for watching. Thank you guys for joining, and I'll see you next time. Bye.